Oh, it's drop class, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. You know what? 88. Boom. Yeah. 86 for Garbomon. That will be a bit better. I'm closer to getting my Mega already. And then once I get my Mega, I can actually pull out Garbomon, Garbomon I mean, and shove somebody else in, like Garbomon, and get them to 90 next. And that's how I'll do it. So, Metal Garbomon is happening today, yes. Definitely today. In fact, Metal Garbomon and Ho-Oh-Mon will be happening today. I don't know about Lilymon becoming Rosemon, just purely because of the fact that it depends how much time, how late it's going to be by the time I get there. And also the fact that she's really quite far behind right now in terms of levels. I may have to grind her up before I start spending experience potions on her. So I'd rather not put them to waste. If I can do a bit of grinding, get her to 80 odd, or 85 or something, then start using potions, it'd be a lot better. So I think that's what I might do. Problem is, I don't think I get enough experience potions to get her to 90, even from there. Especially with the fact that I'm using them on these guys. So I could just not use any more on these guys and just use them on her. Like maybe just get them to 98 and just leave them there. Because I'll get enough experience to get me to 90 from there. Just doing the quests, I'm pretty sure, so. The main quest finishing soon. We're still quite a bit off, sadly. Once we're done with this area, we then have to deal with this area. And it doesn't look that big. Well, there's a lot of quests and a lot of running around different places and going back and forth, and yeah, it's a long stretch. Like, bear in mind, I lost like 2 or so hours or something grinding on my old character, and I was streaming for about 7 hours, so I did not make it to the end of the story. So I've still got quite a bit, unfortunately, even though it only looks like I'm pretty much finished with this map and I've only got one more to do after that. Unfortunately, it's still going to take a while. So I'm pretty much going to be streaming most of the night, probably till about 5 in the morning. It's about 7 hours from now. I should be done by then. If I'm not, then fair enough. Well, it's not fair enough. I don't care. I'll still carry on, but still, it sucks. At least we got a lot of content though. Like, that I am happy about. Like, it may seem like it sucks, but I'm saying, oh, it sucks. It doesn't really. I'm happy I've got a lot of content to do because it gives me more to do, you know. Because the main thing that kills MMOs generally is once you get to the end, what do you do? What is this to accomplish anymore? Like, because this game doesn't have any endgame raids or anything. I mean, you got rifts, I suppose, but you don't have any like proper like raid bosses or group dungeon content or anything to keep you kind of going, basically, right? It's just raise more Digimon. What am I going to stream about in the end? So once I beat the story, I'll be doing the side quests and getting those out of the way. That'll be basically what I'll do, because I wanna reach max tamer level. Because I did every single quest on my other character. Every single time I finished an area, I would go back and then go do the blue quests. I've skipped those this time because there's not enough time to do all the quests and make it to the human world before Friday and Saturday, where I have to leave again. So it is quite sad, really. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for more content, I will still be playing the game. You know, getting new Digimon and whatnot, and playing through the game and stuff. But once I kind of reach that, you know, the issue where I'm kind of, there's nothing else for me to really do. Like, there's dungeons every day, sure. You know, I get a dungeon key every day I can do. There's not really enough to really keep me properly enticed. And I will still make content in the game. But I just won't be streaming it every single day like I have been, because there's not really anything to focus on streaming. There's no goal, really, for me to stream about. And a lot of people want to watch me every single day sitting there for hours just grinding XP to level Digimon every single time. I reckon that could get quite boring for people, and then they're going to be like, well, you know, is this it now? And unfortunately, all I have to tell them is, yeah. Well, I am currently going through Cybersleep on the channel. That's been put on hold while the new content has come out. So, I will be doing through Cybersleep every single day. Will be a video on Cybersleep. I've got every Sunday. I'm currently playing retro games. Right now, currently I'm playing Duelist of the Roses from PS2 era, which you've seen. That's my Sunday upload. And then once I've beaten Duelist of the Roses, I'll be moving on to, say, for example, another PS2 game from back in my childhood. I did Digimon World 1 after I finished this game. I ended up doing Digimon World 1, went through that game. And then when I'm done with Cybersleep eventually, I'll probably move on to my Digimon World 2 or 3. Most likely. Not too sure which one. I haven't played Digimon World 2, ever. I've seen a friend play it when I was a kid, but I never actually played through it, so might potentially go through that, maybe. But, yeah, it's kind of upsetting, really. Well, that's the only issue with a MMO when it first comes out and stuff like that. Is most MMOs do have lack of content. I feel like this shouldn't really be in full release stage yet. There's just not enough, in my opinion. Like, you know, if you're not being like me, where you're just rushing through the game, you know, you've got a few months worth of content here, you know. Like, if you're just taking your time, playing through the game normally, and just enjoying riding with the game, then, you know, you've got months worth of content, essentially. But obviously, being that I've basically just speed run through this game in less than a week, that's not including the side quests. I'd probably say, really, realistically, if you know what you're doing, you can get through this game in about a month. Give or take. The dungeons aren't enough. I mean, yeah, I get a dungeon key that can enter certain days of the week. But I can only do it one time. If, you know, I've done them all. If I've used up all my keys, then I'm just logging on every day just to do the next level of the dungeon. And the dungeon is basically like one fight. Like this, essentially. So, at that point, it's like, well, what else is there? Rifts? Sure, Rifts. Rifts are kind of like a raid boss to a degree. They have a lot of health. But the single player, where's the fun in that? You know? I want to be able to group up with people and have us all go into a dungeon together and kill stuff together. Give us something to do as a player and the community, rather than it just being like one person playing by themselves. Because this is basically supposed to be an MMO, right? It's an MMO, everybody's running around together, everybody's there. Where's the group content that should be here for a full release game? There's just not enough of it. Yeah, I can play with my friends, we can play through the game together and raise Digimon together and fight alongside each other, and that's fun. But it becomes a vicious cycle of literally just us raising Digimon together. That's it. And when you think about it, quite a hollow existence. Because I love this game. I've had a blast playing this game. Like, well, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going through the game, trying to figure everything out. And I was taking a lot more time with it. Aside from the EVP problem, I love the game. The combat, I like fighting, I like having fun, you know. Discovering new areas, doing the side quests, like, apart from the drop quests, you know. I'm enjoying myself. But from a gameplay, it's lacking in group content still. Exactly. There's only so much I can do as a single player before it becomes a point of like, what do I do now? Like, there's new life in the game when new Digimon come out. Sure, like, yeah, I can try and get this new Digimon. But because every single egg is basically random, it could be months till I get that new Digimon that got released. Weeks, months. So I might not even be able to try and get the new Digimon, essentially. Because while I'm spending those weeks and months trying to get that Digimon, something new might come out that I also need to get. So I can't just sit there and be like, new Digimon come out and be like, hey everybody, I'm going to show off the new Digimon that comes to the game. You know, I'm going to get this Digimon and show everybody. I can't do that because I don't know if I'm going to get that Digimon. It's completely random. And I like the random to a degree. I like it. It's a fun concept. But it'd be nice if they actually gave us a way of earning some kind of currency in game. And we could, through that currency in late game content, buy an egg of a certain type. So if I want to say a Demi-Meramon, I want to get Demi-Meramon and have a gamble with it. I could then go to, I don't know, Boncho Leomon and be like, here's this amount of currency, give me a Demi-Meramon egg. For example, you know? Like, that would be a lot better for the longevity of the game. Because then, if a new Digimon comes out with a new path, I can be like, okay, well, I'm gonna farm the resources, I'm gonna get this, and be like, hey guys, got a new video for you today. We're getting Demi-Meramon, he's got a new Digimon line, and, you know, I'm gonna show him off today. And then I'll go through, playing through the game, and give you updates every few days or something, be like, okay, well, I've basically, you know, got him to champion form. This is what I've gone with. These are the moves it has, and, you know, several weeks later, it's like, okay, well, now I have the full guide on the Digimon, what it does, its skills, how good it is, and give it a reference. Be like, okay, well, I'll give it a solid, like, B- or whatever. This Digivolution line, it's great, but there are definitely better Digimon out there. You know, it'd be a lot better for me as a content creator, rather than what we have. And it would bring more hype to the game, because somebody sees their favourite Digimon or something, and the new Digimon line comes out, and they're like, yo, I really want the Digimon. It's going to bring hype back to the game. It would actually bring some excitement back. But it's sadly not the case. And when I get to endgame, again, I'm remaking my review of this game. Because back when I made it, I had nothing but praises about the game. Don't get me wrong, it deserved those praises at the time. But now that I've reached endgame and I've seen what's possible, I've gone through the game on a second character like this one, completely starting fresh. I've gone through the game in about a week. Now it's come to a point where I have a lot more of an open mind about it, where it's like, okay, well, I've noticed this now, and I've noticed this problem, and unfortunately this does kind of drag it down. I'm not going to be completely negative about the game, don't get me wrong. But I barely had any negativity about the game to say last time. Whereas now, unfortunately, that's changed. Especially with how greedy they got on with the Evolutor thing in the cash shop. 2,000 crowns to buy an Evolutor, or I spend a whole entire 2 weeks getting currency from Bancho Leomon, having to give away my eggs, which means I can't hatch any more new Digimon, just to roll on a 10% fucking chance. Of course that's a bad point about the game. Because I'm choosing, do I want a new Digimon to erase, or do I want to spend 2-3 weeks doing the same shit, logging in every day and just giving away all of my eggs so I can never get anything new, for a gamble on a chance of getting an Evolutor to get me a new Mega in the future. There's not enough to keep me wanting to fight for that Evolutor. Because the chances are way too low. And if I, say, for example, tried for like 6 weeks straight and failed that, you know, 10% chance on the Evolutor for 6 weeks, that's going to make me get really annoyed with the game, and I'm probably going to drop it. Because at that point, I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth my time I'm putting in. I'm getting dicked. And it's just going to bring frustration to the game. And I feel like, in the long run, it's probably going to kill this game. The game devs need to step it up. They really do. They need to increase the chance of those evolutions. It's way too ridiculous. And they need to give us more content, especially group content. We've added party combat to the game, and that's cool. It sucks, unfortunately, that while we do party content, only one person can have 2 Digimon and one person can have 1 Digimon if you only have 2 people. If you had 3 people playing together, it's 1 Digimon each. And, you know, it does kind of suck a little bit, but at least I can play with my friends, so yeah. What do I have to do with my friends besides grind levels? What do I really have to do? There's nothing for us to do. And everybody's going to get tired of grinding every single day. Hell, trying to get these guys to, like, level 80 just for the sake of continuing to outdiver got boring for me, you know? Granted, I've played this game for months because of my old character as well. But it's not satisfying enough. It isn't. I'm sorry, but it isn't. It's sad to say, because they have a potential great gem here that could be great. It just needs more. Calling this a full release game, it doesn't feel genuine. Hell, by the end of this stream, when you see me do the final mission that we've gotten in the DLC, you're gonna be like, is that it? What? Like, the whole thing is about chasing somebody to the human world to stop them. I don't even fight them in the human world. The fuck's that all about? You're gonna cut me off midway? Like, what? Well, that's why I was like, they're probably giving us the next bit in the next content update, because I heard that apparently, when it came to previous content for the game, they gave us the first content right away, then 2 weeks later they gave us the second half of it. But they haven't done that. They give us the Christmas event instead with no second half. I'm like, what? What do I have to do? Is that it? Is that really how we're ending it right here? Like, you can't be serious, right? Because that means I gotta wait months just to continue from that. That's not gonna get me hyped. That's not getting me excited. That's making me sit there like, what the fuck is going on with this game? Is that all the game devs did in 6 months? And no, I'm not a game developer. And no, I don't know how to write code. But at the same time, for that much progress in 6 months, we've got 3 new maps, some new Digimon which were already, you know, a lot of these Digimon in this new area are already in the game. They already exist. The assets for them, everything already exists. And they've basically just splashed them in places. They added a few of the new ultimates that came to the game. Okay, cool. But they already exist for players to use. So, did you really add new to the map there? You know? It just feels very lackluster for the amount of time I've had to wait for new content. I mean, I don't know how many people are into D&D or have heard of this game. It's quite a hidden gem. Well, there's a game called Celesta, Crown of the Magister. And it's a very good game. It's, if you love D&D, it's right up your alley. It literally follows D&D mechanics completely. And you fight using a square grid like you do with D&D. It's literally D&D in a video game. And it's amazing, right? Great story, great content. You can create your own maps and everything. But the one thing that ruined the game was the ending of it. Like, everything was fantastic, and then the final bit, it just anticlimactic as hell. And it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. And what it said to people was, did they run out of budget? Was the budget the thing that ran out or something? Did they run out of time? Because that ending just, we had this crazy cutscene, it just kind of like just cut. Just completely just, done. Bye. Back to the main menu. We was just like, we were all sat there like, what? After all that? And then, I don't know, Shadow of Mordor. Another one. Shadow of Mordor was a great game. And what we was building up to the final boss, you know, we were supposed to get this crazy fight at the end. And they ran out of budget and time constraints or something along those lines. So instead we got the terrible boss fight we got at the end of it. When it was supposed to be like this epic proper final boss. And here, these 3 new maps are cool and all, don't get me wrong. They are pretty nice. Pardon me. But the thing that's bugging me the most is, I don't like how it just cuts off here with no boss fight, nothing. Just completely dead. And I'm sat here like, that's it? I've waited 6 months for this? I mean, the city looks very nice, like, I'll give him that. Odaiba looks very nice. They've done a great job graphically. Close to our areas, it definitely use a lot of polish. But it works. I feel like I'm in a city. You know, I feel like I'm running around inside of a city. I feel like I am in a street right now. I feel like I'm in an actual... I'm in an actual area, an actual city, town, or whatever you want to call it. And that's great. But we need more. Unfortunately, we do. Or at least give me a proper boss fight at the end. Make me feel like I've reached a milestone and accomplished something. Because I don't feel like I accomplished anything. Yeah, the gameplay was great. Yeah, it was just the ending that just unfortunately dropped. And it kind of sucks. And the fact that we only got, you know, the starter megas as well, that also kind of sucks a bit. They've been talking about mega. We've known we're getting megas in the next patch for like 6 months, and this is all we got. The starter Digimon having megas, and that's cool. No, I'm wrong. I'm happy I got some megas. Yeah. I'm in trouble here. I'm happy we got some megas. I feel like we didn't get that many, and then you know we got Megadramon, not Megadramon, Magnadramon this week. I feel like we should have probably got more, honestly. No, I'm adopting you. What? You got this, Garbomon. I believe in you. You got this, pal. You can do it. Yeah. Run. I need to heal. Jeez. Give me a break. Okay. I'm hoping maybe in the future this place gets updated a bit more. Make it a bit snazzier. Fix a lot of the textures and stuff like that. Make it a bit more. I hope they do that in the future. Also, the kids just look so out of place in the outfits that they're wearing. I feel like they just don't fit. my opinion. They just don't. It's like they're trying to make the kids look like adults, but the kids. You know? Just doesn't really work. Bruh. Okay. Boom. Right, now that I can actually get experience off these Garbomon, how much are you giving me? Are you worth grinding on until 90? Well, not like that. If I can't fucking see. Change the camera, please. Jeez. There's a restaurant that out Pizza the Hut. I mean, to be fair, a lot of restaurants out Pizza the Hut. It's not as great as everybody makes it out to be. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, I've been to Pizza Hut, but there's definitely a lot better places to do great, amazing pizza. Hell, I know a few takeaways I can get better food than bloody Pizza Hut. Okay, so how much experience did we get? 6k. Okay, right. So, I'm under 5 levels, obviously, because 90 is the highest level you can go to. So, I guess, fighting against Virus, you'd fight with the Mon till you was 85, and then you'd basically come here to these at level 90, and grind there to 90. I guess that's probably what you'd end up doing. In terms of grinding vaccine Digimon course. Like, I wouldn't come here with datas. Like, seeing how much damage they're doing to my vaccines, datas would just get slapped. Like, my datas would just get bullied. It's like bringing in a knife to a gunfight, you know? It's not gonna happen. I mean, even worse, it's not even a bloody gunfight, they're firing bloody rockets at me. There's been nothing left of my data Digimon. Here's a way to get Renamon. Yes, there is. I've had Renamon before. She turns into either Cubimon or Gatomon. Talmon is in the game as well. There's no Sakuyamon yet. But obviously there is Angelomon and Fanimon, so yeah. I am hoping I get a Gatomon soon, because I really want one. If I get Niar, I need to get Niaromon. Because, where are you? I got Pewdiemon, who has a chance to turn into Niaromon. If I get Niaromon, that'd be great. But then I also got this little fellow, who can also turn into Niaromon. Just look probability with eggs, yeah. So if I get Niaromon, I have a good chance of either getting a Renamon or a Salamon. If I get Renamon though, I'll probably turn it into Salamon for Sakuyamon in the future, rather than Gatomon, because I'd rather have Salamon become Gatomon. The reason why is because I do plan to essentially I want to have all the starters and I want to get all the Digivolutions. Now, obviously, I'm talking mainline Digivolutions, not the side Megas. Because I want to be able to do a video where I'm like, okay, Salamon, Digivolve into Gatomon, into Angelomon, and then so on and so forth, you know? That's kind of what I want to be able to do. I want to do a video on that, so I can show everybody all the starters. And then, obviously, in the future, I can, you know, update the video with the side Mega, but not right away. What about Repamon? I've not seen Repamon in the game yet. I don't think Repamon is in the game yet. No Minervamon or anything. Wait, does Repamon become an Evermon? Or am I just wrong on that? No, think. That's bugging me. Kirimon. Ah, right. Okay, never mind. What I meant about. Kirimon, and then Kinsaurusmon, Mitsumamon. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Digimon Re-Arise. Okay, but you can go Kinsaurusmon, I guess. Fair enough. Tanamon? I have Tanamon. Of course Tanamon has Digivolutions. Are you kidding me? Concerning into Palmon, Mushmon, Betamon, Renamon, Kunamon, and Floramon. I was hoping I'd get a Renamon out of my Tanamon that I got, but I unfortunately didn't get it, so I was a bit like, no! I don't remember who I got. I got somebody out of my Tanamon. I don't remember who though. Ow. It hurts a lot. No. Bad Garbomon, how dare you? Oh, I got a rift item. Nice. Did not notice. And a peach cube. Okay.